Welcome, family, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life truly on your own terms. Family, we're in like a stormy season where I am, so please excuse the wind. Yeah, I'm someone who has to shoot in nature or outside at least with the plants. So just excuse the wind, and I hope you hear me as clearly as possible. Special shout out to our Patreon family. We appreciate, love you so much for supporting us. And thank you so much, family, for supporting us on this platform, for subscribing, for liking, for sharing. We appreciate, love you so much. So guess what, family? Belgium's King Philippe has begun a historic 6-day tour. He landed in the Democratic Republic of Congo yesterday in a historic visit to the Central African country, which his ancestor King Leopold literally butchered millions and millions of people. And so this Philippe will undertake apparently a 6-day trip, which was basically dubbed as a chance for reconciliation after the atrocities committed under Belgian colonial rule. And the visit comes 2 years after Philippe actually wrote to President Tshisekedi. I always mess up his name, Tshisekedi or whatever, the current president of Democratic Republic of Congo, and he talked about how he had deep regrets and for the wounds that were created of the past, but he literally stopped short, family, of apologizing 2 years ago. So can you imagine? I mean, now people, man, this guy has not, first of all, there's a tooth from Patrice Lumumba, who was the great revolutionary leader of the Democratic Republic of Congo and probably would have taken even Africa as a whole in a totally different direction. They took him out of course, and they've kept his tooth for so long. So the king was talking about how they're planning to return the tooth. Why didn't he come with a tooth? Did he come with a check? Did he come with an apology letter? Because he is supposed to address parliament. So maybe, I'm not holding my breath, but maybe, and I've told you guys, the reason Babylon doesn't apologize to Africa, they don't apologize for colonialism, they don't apologize for slavery, is because there's monetary ramifications that come with that. If they apologize, it shows that they're guilty and they would have to pay reparations. So they've always stopped short of an apology so that they don't have to cough up all this money, which would probably make them bankrupt and totally shift the world. So I'm just like, what is the purpose of this? And remember, like when I was talking about how the Pope, family, I hope you're still standing with me in prayer on that, how the Pope, the head of the Scottish Church and the head of the Anglican Church are all planning to come to the Democratic Republic of Congo in a month, in July, to pray for peace. So what is going on? These things don't happen by accident. What are they seeing? Let me know what you think. And, so on Monday, the Congolese government spokesperson, someone called Patrick Muyaya, he actually told reporters that Belgium and the Democratic Republic of Congo were starting a new partnership. And he said, we're not forgetting the past, we're looking to the future. And this is unacceptable. It's like a husband who's abused you, who's murdered your children, who's forced you to do all kinds of crazy things, comes back and you're like, we're not forgetting the past. You even roll out a red carpet. They rolled out a red carpet for this guy. The Belgian Prime Minister, Alexander De Croo, who was who visited the nation with the king, said it's a historic moment. And you know what's so sad? So I'm reading this in the France 24. And I told you, family, it's all about how they frame these narratives. We all know that when it comes to natural resources, the Democratic Republic of Congo is the richest nation in the world, not just in Africa, in the world. And listen to what they say. I'm quoting from France 24. Belgian Prime Minister Alexander De Croo, who is visiting the impoverished nation of 90 million people alongside the king, echoed the sentiment that we're not forgetting the past, we're looking to the future. It's shameful. It's shameful that they didn't come with like €1 billion. They didn't even bring the tooth of Patrice Lumumba. So what is the purpose of this visit? And the presidents of African nations need to know this kind of stuff is over. You can't be entertaining this kind of stuff. The season of turn the other cheek is done. We are in the season of justice, and if you don't bring justice to your people, you will be replaced. It's so shameful, man. Especially when we know, and it's been recorded, that millions of people were killed, mutilated, or died of disease as they were forced to collect rubber under the rule of, King Leopold II, who was basically the brother of Philippe's great-great-grandfather. The blood still runs through his veins. And I've told you guys before how you've seen these chocolates of hands, like these brown chocolates which are just hands. That came from Congo because the king mutilated so many of the people. And then they made chocolates of it. And then our people eat those chocolates in Belgium like, oh my God, this is so delicious. And then they talk about how, Belgium is preparing to return to Kinshasa a tooth, the last remains of Patrice Lumumba, a hero of the anti-colonial struggle and short-lived first prime minister of the independent Congo, because he was taken out. And they say, of course they want to say Lumumba was murdered by Congolese separatists and Belgian mercenaries in 1961 and his body dissolved in acid. But the tooth was kept as a trophy by one of the killers, who was a Belgian police officer. And according to Belgium's royal palace, the king is also due to discuss the question of returning artworks looted during the colonial era. And he was due to hold a ceremony with Tshisekedi at the Congolese parliament in Kinshasa on Wednesday, and then on Friday deliver a speech to university students in the southern city of Lubumbashi. What the hell is he going to tell our university students? Why do they always want to speak to our youth? But family, I'm seeing something deeper. They were actually supposed to travel to the Democratic Republic of Congo around February. But they postponed to June. And actually, I had even thought it was July. When I was coming here, I was actually coming to report how they're planning to go to the Democratic Republic of Congo. And then I opened up the news and it's like, damn, these ninjas are already there. So what do you make of this, family? And also on Sunday, this Philippe character will also visit a gynecologist clinic, who was the co-winner, this guy Denis Mukwege, who was the co-winner of the 2018 Nobel Peace Prize for his fight against sexual violence in the country. But it's like no responsibility has been taken by this family. I hope. I'll be watching that press, that parliamentary speech. Like, what are you guys doing in Congo? What is he coming to do? You roll out the red carpet, you have your people dancing like fools for the guy. What is going on, man? And why Congo and why now? Because I believe, this is my own opinion, that they actually postponed, I actually believe they postponed their meeting to the Democratic Republic of Congo because it was not astrologically aligned or something. That's actually what I think. And now they're doing it. Because you see also, if you guys notice this year, everything is coming later. Like Davos, which is usually held in the winter, was held, I think, in May. Bilderberg was held a couple of weeks ago. It's usually not held in this season. And then now he had planned to go to the Democratic Republic of Congo, and then he changes it to now. And then the Pope, the Anglican Church, and the Scottish whatever are all going to the Democratic Republic of Congo. What do you think, family? All this doesn't bode well, because you see, it's just like we can't do things this way anymore. It's not going to work. Everyone is talking about how it's a historic visit, and they're not going to look to the past, they're going to look to the future, but it doesn't happen like that, family. We want justice. We don't want to wipe everything under the rug. Because we're talking about hundreds of millions of ancestors who are happily living in their kingdoms. And then all of a sudden, excuse the construction, it always comes on when I'm talking about this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, family, all of a sudden, they're not looking to the past, they're looking to the future, and no apology has ever been given. No reparations have ever been paid. They didn't even come with a tooth of the man that they killed, who was a rightful prime minister of our nations. And this is why Babylon finds us to be total idiots, family. Because what, are university students just going to sit there and listen to this man? Is the parliament just going to sit there and listen to this man? Are they not going to demand reparations or something, an apology, something? And this is why, family, I'm even choking. There's so many prophecies out there that talk about how at least 60% of our people aren't going to make it into the new earth because of this kind of colonial mentality. This is unacceptable. You can't visit my nation after your I don't care who, your family, killed hundreds of millions of our ancestors, took them from their homes, cut off their hands. Until this day, that spirit of war, that spirit of, it's just been a curse. That curse runs till today. That curse of what King Leopold did to Congo didn't end then. That curse has been renewed and renewed and renewed. And is that what this Philippe character is coming to do? Is he coming to once again renew the curse? 90 million of our brothers and sisters living in the wealthiest nation of the world, but still dirt poor. And the foreign newspapers even have the audacity, the lack of sensitivity to be like 90 million people in this impoverished nation. The nation that is giving us all these laptops and iPads. Without Congo, we wouldn't have all this. And remember, I don't know if you've been following Tshisekedi. I stopped doing news for a while because I really felt we needed to spiritually prepare ourselves, right? And the Tshisekedi's been on this whole thing where he's been like, all the minerals from the Democratic Republic of Congo will be processed locally. They will not be taken to be processed in Europe. And he's really trying to change the tone. So is this to kind of mash that up? Anyway, we're going to be following this, but just to let you know, damn. The great-grandson of Leopold the Butcher comes to the Democratic Republic of Congo and you guys are just all right? I'm hoping you'll apologize in Parliament. We don't want the artworks. Okay, they're important. We want justice. People need money. People need the state of the 90 million people in the Democratic Republic of Congo needs to totally change. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm just like... tu copa moja.